From Tbilisi Arena, we tip off the long and demanding road to the 2027 FIBA Basketball World Cup in Doha. 32 nations are vying for Europe's 12 coveted spots, and every single window, every single game, and every single possession matters because all results carry over from the first round to the second round. There you see Group A, which gets underway right here in Georgia. We're tipping off Group A, where Ukraine will visit the Crusaders in the first of 6 qualifying windows, stretching from late 2025 through early 2027. You see all of the world rankings there presented by Nike. It is a marathon, not a sprint, but tonight is the first step for both nations as the journey to Qatar officially begins. Ukraine arrives with proud basketball identity, 9 Eurobasket appearances, a round of 16 run at the 2014 World Cup, and a program known for physicality, interior toughness, and producing elite big men. This roster blends rising young guards with seasoned veterans, but they enter this window a little short-handed, missing Alex Len, Isef Sanin, and several other key contributors. But still, Ukraine has shown they can compete with anyone when they defend and rebound. And the last time they played Georgia back in July of 2022, they controlled that game from start to finish, leading for over 31 minutes, dominating the paint 46-28, and overwhelming Georgia 46-8 in bench scoring. They'll need that same defensive grit tonight because in a qualification system where results carry over and point differential can decide your fate, Ukraine knows there is zero room for a slow start. And for Georgia, this is not just another night. It's a chance to launch another historic cycle. Over 80% of fans voted that Georgia will win this opener. Expectations that reflect the program that's on the rise. Georgia is the highest ranked team in the Caucasus and Black Sea region, a 6-time Eurobasket participant, a 2025 quarterfinalist for the first time in its history, and a nation that reached the World Cup for the first time in 2023. This roster is built around a prime age core with just 1 teenager and 3 veterans, anchored by stars like you just saw there, Toko Shengelia, Georgi Shermandini, and Thad McFadden, the generation that lifted Georgia into Europe's top tier. And here at home in a packed Tbilisi Arena, Georgia understands exactly what's at stake. These results carry over. These windows build momentum. And as the road to the 2027 World Cup begins tonight, Georgia looks to seize the moment. We'll pause for Ukraine's national anthem. Good to see Ukraine here in Georgia. And now for the home team's national anthem. A fun one on deck here in Tbilisi Arena. Georgia's fans are going to be loud in this contest. Ukraine comes in here with a clean slate. Both teams have a clean slate as we get set to tip off Group A of the 2027 FIBA Basketball World Cup European Qualifiers. You have our 3 referees here for tonight's game. All have gone through an incredible process to get here, and it's not just about the players, it's about the referees, it's about the coaches, it's about everyone that helps make these World Cups possible. So we thank them for the work that they have done for FIBA and the work that they continue to put in to call great games for us. And as we get set here, we'll check out the starting 5 for Ukraine. So you have their 5 men right there. Their anchor down low, Pastovi, is going to have to go against one of the better centers in Georgia in Shermandini, but an intriguing matchup there for them. But you have Tkachenko, Lipovi, Bobrov, Pastovi, and Kovliar. And of course, they're led by Ainars Bagatskis, who is in his first year as the Ukraine head coach, a veteran head coach with a deep resume across top leagues and national teams, former Latvia international head coach, 2-time Ukrainian Super League champion as well. And now we check out the starting 5 for Georgia. The point guard is Androni Kashvili, the center Shermandini. Zanadze will be the small forward. Pivadze is the small forward, or the small forward, and Toko Shengelia, one of the best power forwards pretty much ever in Georgia's history. They've had a lot of good PFs. He will be the power forward for them and the captain for this squad, and they are led by Alexander Djikic, who's also in his first year, a highly experienced European coach and former NBA assistant with a resume spanning Partizan to a few other teams around the world, and the Minnesota Timberwolves of the NBA, highlighted by multiple league titles. So our officials ready to go, our fans also extremely ready to go. Ready to go here between Georgia and Ukraine. The last time these two teams played each other, Ukraine was able to walk away with a win. The last 4 matchups between these two squads, they are each 2-2. And neither of them have won 2 in a row. So the last time they played each other was on July 1st, 2022, a little bit of a while ago. The FIBA Basketball World Cup 2023 European Qualifiers, as you have our final minute countdown to tip off here. But Ukraine was able to walk away with a win back in 2022, 79-66. They controlled the game from start to finish in that one, leading for over 31 minutes and building their largest lead of 18 points. And meanwhile, now Georgia has risen in the world rankings. They're number 20 in the world right now. And in a group that also includes Spain, every game matters because everyone pretty much has picked Spain to finish on top of Group A. But if Toko Shengelia can get going, there's no telling where this Georgia team can go. They can reach unimagined heights. But this Ukraine squad, they got a lot of fight in them. They have obviously done a great job of getting this group together. Of course, like I said, they're missing a few of their key pieces. Alex Len was one of their best players, not here in this window, but we assume we'll see him soon in this one. And we are pretty much set here for our first game of Group A. Group A comprised of Georgia, Ukraine, Denmark, and Spain. Jumping us off to start off for Ukraine, Artem Pastovi. And for Georgia, it'll be Toko Shengelia. Shengelia, a great international presence as well, has played all over the place. Belgium, Spain, Italy, Russia, was drafted by the Philadelphia 76ers in the NBA in 2012. Shengelia and Pastovi at center court. And we are live, and we want to welcome everyone into the chase for the 2027 FIBA World Cup title in Doha. Georgia and Ukraine getting started here. Our first shot will be off the mark and off the backside of the rim. Ukraine got the first possession there, and now Georgia will go to work. Androni Kashvili. Now Shengelia. Androni Kashvili looking left. Bounce pass inside, and Shermanidi missed the first one. Gets his own putback. And the big center is on the board with our first points of this ball game. Shermandini's played all over the place. Spain, Georgia, Greece, Italy, Israel, and Slovenia. A lid on the cup so far for Ukraine. Now they'll get an opportunity from the right wing there, and it's off the backside of the rim. So that was Tkachenko. Now on the right side, the scoop. Might have gotten a hand on it. And you see how much Shermandini can deter shots there. And now Shengelia fouled as he was going towards the basket. Georgia up by 2 so far. Ukraine picks up their first team foul of this contest. That foul was on the floor. He was not in his gather step to go towards the bucket. So it'll be Sanadze to trigger from the near side. Androni Kashvili to the left. Now here's Sanadze from the left wing. He'll hit from 3. Georgia opening up to a 5-point lead early here. Now down the left lane, that one will bounce in. So Ukraine gets a much needed bucket there. That one coming from Kovliar, who is their team captain. Shengelia on the far side, backing in up with the right hand, and it's off the mark. And the big 216-centimeter center, Pastovi, grabs that board, and a kick ball on the other side. So Georgia with a 5-2 lead right now. And you check out the replay here. Kovliar dribbled right into the foot of Sanadze. Imagine he's got a pretty big boot on that leg of his. From the right wing. That one's off the mark. We're through our first 2 minutes of play here in the first quarter of game day 1 of Group A. First game of Group A. Coming to a stop is Androni Kashvili. Now on the far side, it's Sanadze trying to find some room. Shook off Tkachenko and drilled the shot. So Sanadze now has 5 points in the contest. An open lane for Tkachenko, and he went right in for his first 2. Ukraine trailing by 3 here in the first. Shengelia looking baseline, trapped, out to an open man, left it short. Shermandini gives them another opportunity here, and it's big on big. He goes up with the reverse, and he will be fouled. Pastovi didn't like that call. Shook his hands immediately as the veteran Georgi Shermandini will go to the line. Shermandini, a 4-time Basketball Champions League All-Star selection and a 2023 Intercontinental Cup champion. was with the national team when they got their 8th place finish at Eurobasket this year. And another opportunity here for Georgia, and a foul immediately after that. So Shermandini splits the free throws, and that foul will go on Bobrov. So from the near side, Andronikashvili trying to shake his man, still out beyond the arc. Gets a screen from Shermandini. Now we'll roll towards the bucket. Off with the left hand. And we have ourselves a shot clock violation. He hit the glass on that one, but you need to hit the iron in front of it. So it's Georgia by 4 with 3.5 minutes played here in the first quarter. From the baseline, Postovi, and an offensive foul up top. That one was away from the ball. That foul is going to go against Tkachenko. That'll be Tkachenko's 2nd personal foul of this contest so far. And that'll be his 3rd right there. He got called for another one up top, a little frustrated early. And so Coach Bogatsikis is gonna have to go to his bench early here. And you can see the screen from Shermandini there. And Tkachenko knew it immediately. So now we're gonna see Yehor Sushkin come in for Ukraine, and Thad McFadden is now in there for Georgia. Five-point lead for Georgia. Now up top, here's Kovliar, the captain for Ukraine. He'll pull up, and Shermandini fighting to give his team that rebound there. They tried to get it inside to Shengelia, and they turned it over. Near side, Sushkin comes and makes an impact in his first minute of the game. So how about that? You come in for the starter, and you immediately cash in from deep. Sushkin with his first 3 points of the ball game in 34 seconds of his playing time. Ukraine trailing by 2. McFadden on the screen from Shermandini. Now pulls up from 15 feet, and that one's off the mark. And they tried the runner, and maybe we're going a little too fast. McFadden was able to get back there. Both of these teams pretty much choosing to play inside out. McFadden did get a hand on it. Pustovi lost it there, but McFadden touched it last. They'll stay on this side, and there's a 3 connected from the outside. Bobrov gets his first 3 points of the contest. McFadden, the shooting guard, running it from up top. Now on the far side, Andronikashvili. Shengelia, they're going to trap him pretty much all game long, and that will be a kick ball off of the center, Pustovi. By the way, Ukraine has their first lead of the ball game. They are up by 1 right now. Around the traffic, Andronikashvili with the teardrop. Ball's loose, picked up by Ukraine, and now they're going. From the right side, now baseline take, back outside, the ball's been moving. Bobrov missed it from the left wing there. And now a fight down low to get it right back. And that shot was no good, but there was a foul. So how about Lipovi able to get this one right back for Ukraine? Lipovi was fouled by Shermandini, who picks up his first personal. And that's just Georgia being careless with the ball there. So Shermandini with that first foul. Here's Lipovi. Oh. They've been running a lot. Legs might be a little tired, still warming up here at the beginning of this ball game. We're through the first half of our first quarter, and that one rattles in from the front. McFadden. Now on the wraparound, they give it to Shengelia. Shengelia spinning and couldn't connect on it. Would have been a nice move if he was able to finish it. The bounce pass inside was stolen away. Andronikashvili down the left side. Shengelia. Now Sanadze hits it from the right. Sanadze now with 8 points, the leader in the ball game in points scored so far. He's been heating up early here. Through 6.5 minutes, he's got 8. We're tied up here in the first quarter. Georgia and Ukraine both have 11. Take a look at Sanadze here. Was one step in front of the arc and drills it. So now we'll see Berjanadze come in for Georgia. From near side, that one bounces off the left side of the iron from Sushkin. Sushkin came in and immediately made a 3. By the way, Georgia is now in the bonus for the final 3:10 left to go in the first quarter. McFadden searching for a lane, goes to the charity stripe. Now out to the left side, that one up and off the mark. Another opportunity for Georgia here. Andronikashvili gives it to Terziladze. And he hits it right off a defender. So 6 seconds on the shot clock for Georgia to get this one off. And that seems to be a plan of Ukraine. Pretty much anything between the block and about 2 meters around the block, they're trapping everything. So no easy shots from down low. McFadden's gonna have to huck it up, and he'll connect! Thad McFadden, who's got more points than any other player in the European qualifiers, now has 327 overall with that 3, and gets his first bucket of the game. On the other side, that 3 off the mark. Rebound by Corsantia. And now Georgia with a 3-point lead, going back the other way. McFadden looking right with the right hand, and he'll be fouled underneath the cup by Novitsky. So he'll go to the line and shoot 2. So McFadden from the line puts the first one in. He's got 4 points now. Graduate of Fairmont State University in the United States in 2009. He's played all over the place. China, Cyprus, Czech Republic, Spain, France, Germany, Greece, Mexico, North Macedonia, the USA, and Venezuela. You name it. He's a journeyman pretty much everywhere and has been a class act everywhere he's been. Georgia by 5. Here with just over 2 minutes to play in the first. And a foul coming in from the right corner. That one's gonna go against Sanadze. Sanadze picks up his first personal. Third team foul for Georgia. Georgia still in the bonus for the final minute 55, though. Sushkin, left side. Here's a drive from Kovalov. Gets that one to go. And that one gave off to Novitsky. McFadden alone. That's his shot. McFadden feeling it from the right wing. Has hit 2 shots from that spot in this one. And a turnover. Kogliar lost that one. And Androni Kashvili pumped up on that play. A great defensive possession there by the 24-year-old for Georgia. And on the other side, McFadden has been money from beyond the arc so far. 2 for 2 from long distance. It's Georgia by 6 here with $1:32 to go in the first quarter. So we'll get McFadden out there and look to give him the ball again. On the far side, here's the drive in, the right hand, the flip, the score! Duda Sanadze, our leading scorer in the ball game, has hit double figures for his first time in this 2027 FIBA World Cup European qualifier. And so Ukraine is going to need to take a timeout. They're trailing by 8 points here with 1:19 to go. We'll listen in to the timeout. So obviously not much that Ukraine can really do right now besides just keep playing their game, keep playing good defense. And one thing that they've really done well is the traps they've been sending out to the blocks have been very successful. It's just Georgia has been able to hit a couple of threes, a couple of necessary threes when they've needed them. So far, they're 3 for 4 from beyond the arc, so 75% right now. Final minute and 13 to go here in the first quarter. On the wraparound, Sushkin back outside to Tishnik. Left side, Kovalov with the left, off the mark. McFadden, who's already made 2 threes in this one, getting towards the right wing there, puts it up, and that big rebound brought in by Corsantia. And now on the give off, a foul. And Berzhanadze will go to the line. They are in the bonus. Wouldn't have mattered if he was fouled, if he was shooting it, or he was on the floor. So now he'll go to the line and shoot 2 more. Berzhanadze is one of the reliable senior team veterans with 5 points per game and 2.9 rebounds across more than 50 appearances for this Crusader squad. And has been playing in multiple Eurobasket and World Cup qualification cycles. Makes the first one. It's his first point of the game. He also has a dominant youth resume, by the way. 17 points per game and 10.5 rebounds per game. Averaged a double-double in his under 21 games and appearances. But he's pretty much been highlighted by elite rebounding in every age group for Georgia that he's ever played with. A wide open lane, and Vojnalovic gets that 2 from the left. So now 0.7 of a second between the shot clock and the game clock. McFadden will fire it back up top, looking for some room. There's Sinadze inside, puts it up, and that shot off the mark by Corsantia. And that'll do it for the first quarter. Ukraine didn't have enough time to get it back there. Georgia has a 7-point lead, or make that 8, excuse me. So you take a look at the percentages here, and really it's been the 3 points that have been helping Georgia out, and especially in critical moments as well, they hit those threes. Right now, so they've done a great job of moving the ball around as we check out our best plays of that first quarter. So it started off with Georgia on an early 5-0 run, courtesy of Sinadze, who finished that first quarter with 10 points just in the first, and then finally the lid came off the basket for Ukraine. But it was Sinadze who just absolutely went to work, shook off Tkachenko there for an easy 2 off the glass. And then it was Tkachenko to get a little bit of revenge on the other side. But Sinadze has really just gotten to his spots, and everything that he's put up today has pretty much been money so far. And then when you need a bucket, who do you go to? Thad McFadden, drilling a couple of threes. He hit his first 2 threes that he took in that first quarter, and he found the bottom of the net on both of those. Sinadze with the flip in. That first quarter still led to a pretty close score. Hey, download the Courtside 1891 app. We got streams, we got schedules, we got scores. Courtside 1891, your source for all of FIBA basketball. You can download on the App Store or Google Play if you scan that QR code. Second quarter about to start here, and we already have our first foul on the near side. Nice job there on the runner by Khatiashvili. So you see Khatiashvili pushed out of bounds there. And I believe he was fouled. He was. So 4 seconds came off the clock. Now Khatiashvili will bring it back across. And now they'll actually get to run a play to start off this second quarter. Shengelia is back in. He's on the right side, has the ball in his hands, dribbling in with his left. The bounce pass underneath, and the easy finish for his teammate Corsantia. Corsantia gets his first bucket of the game. Shengelia gets his first assist. And now we have a foul on Khatiashvili as Kovliar drives towards the bucket. Smart play. Obviously, Khatiashvili, one of the younger players on this Georgia squad, still in his teens. At 17 years old, he's playing in a European World Cup qualifier right now. That's pretty incredible. Kovliar from the right wing. Offensive foul. So Ukraine turns the ball over there. That's their 4th turnover of the game so far. Shengelia down the lane. The give off to Corsantia, and he lost it. Off to the races. And on the wraparound, it's Vojnalovic for 2. So Vojnalovic comes in off the bench and already has 4 points. Shengelia was thinking about it from beyond the arc. Now we'll get to his spot. Corsantia up with the left. He'll be fouled. A late whistle there. Take a look at the replay here. Corsantia driving in. Marginal contact on Pastovi. The officials deem it is enough. And now he'll go to the line. How about this? Shengelia has been heavily guarded this entire game. So he's been really dishing it out to his teammates. Corsantia, a big benefactor of Shengelia spreading the wealth. And Corsantia makes the pair. He's got 4 points in the ball game. Now we're a minute and a half into the second quarter. The runner on the right side, and a foul immediately. Kovliar has really been getting downhill early in this ball game, and he's needed to as well. His team's trailing by 10 as that foul goes against Corsantia. Okay, so on the other side, he picks up his first foul. Kovliar, that one, no good. So he's played all over the place. Spain, Estonia, Lithuania, and Ukraine. But the Ukrainian guard is one of the program's breakout senior team performing players, averaging 15.5 points per game and 5.7 assists across recent Eurobasket and World Cup qualifying windows. And we had a lane violation there, so while he did miss that second one in theory, in actuality now he gets one more. So he missed all of them, but he gets his own rebound. So they'll stunt him out beyond the arc, and a backcourt violation. Nice job there on defense by Corsantia. And yeah, you see that ball barely went across that half-court line, and Kovliar clearly a little frustrated. Georgia by 10. Khatiashvili up top. Now Shengelia. He'll try a three. And it was wide right. I don't know about you, but Shengelia at 207 centimeters. I haven't personally known him to shoot a lot of threes. Did try it there, though. Interestingly enough, Shengelia, the captain for Georgia, still has not made a bucket yet in this contest. It seems like Ukraine has been throwing the entire house at him. Kovliar down the left side, up with the right hand, and gets that one to fall. He's got 4 points. So we were kind of at a stalemate there of that 10-point lead for Georgia, and now Ukraine trailing by 8. Khatiashvili missed that one. Kovliar off to the races, and he's now got 6 points. Georgia's going to need a timeout. Ukraine on a 4-0 run here, and they now only trail by 6 as we are about 2.5 minutes here into the second quarter, and we'll listen in to the Georgia huddle as they call timeout.
Pass
The leading scorer for Georgia so far in this contest is Sanadze. He's got 10 points so far. 7:38 to go here in the second quarter. And Androni Kashvili, the point guard, is back in. Shengelia, one step in, right side. The bank shot is off the mark for Brjanadze. Inside, the foul, and we'll shoot two. Vojnalovic is going to go to the line and shoot 2 free throws. And Androni Kashvili is called for his second personal and second team foul. Ukraine so far in this ball game is 1 for 5 from the charity stripe right now. 20%, if my math serves me correctly. Vojnalovic. And the lid finally comes off the cup there from the free throw line. And Androni Kashvili across the half-court line, and he'll run the offense. About 7 to go. From the far side, Shengelia tried to put it up, and the ball went out. So he's been hampered by these double teams so far. They're doing everything they can to make sure he's seeing as many bodies as possible in this contest. And that time he missed the shot underneath, still looking for something to fall. The behind the back pass. Here's Tirtichnik. He left it short, the rebound and the putback by Vojnalovic. Vojnalovic now has 7 points and is the leading scorer for them. Shengelia still looking for something to fall, but this time he was fouled and will go to the charity stripe. I mean, smart game plan by Ukraine in this one, as Shengelia has been just seeing a lot of contact, a lot of bodies, making sure he can never get set. But now the 34-year-old will go to the line. His first one is good. Shengelia, 2011 U20 Division B MVP, has been an All-Star 5 selection here and is one of Georgia's most decorated and most productive players of the modern era. His high-level impact has lasted for over a decade as he makes the pair there. 14.5 points per game, 5.8 rebounds, and 2.4 assists per game across Eurobaskets, World Cups, and Olympic qualifying tournaments. So he's been fantastic for them for many years. Inside, there he gets a block down low. Right on cue. From the outside, Androni Kashvili. Now they'll work into Shermandini with the right hand. And the 36-year-old down low gives Georgia a 7-point lead here with about 6 to go in the second quarter. So Ukraine needs a timeout. Georgia is off and running and is in the bonus. We'll listen in.
Set the screen
So Georgia with this 7-point lead with 6 to go here in the second quarter. And clearly, the head coach of Ukraine, Bogatsky's, saying that they're not really calling anything, continue to be physical in there. And the round robin goes in. A great job of moving the ball, and Lipovi gets the bucket. He's now got 3 points in the ball game. That one bounces around and bounces in. Sanadze, welcome back. He's got 13 in the ball game to lead all scorers. Near side, another 3 attempt. Lipovi off the mark on that one. Shengelia, who just saw 2 free throws go in, is off to the races. That was a miraculous dribble, but he walked a little far on that one. I guess it would have been really cool if he didn't take an extra step here. 1, 2, well. And he didn't think so. It looked cool. That's what mattered. Style points on that one. 5:15 to go here in the second quarter of Georgia and Ukraine. This is our first game in Group A. Nice lane take there by Kovliar, the captain. He's got 8 points. From the outside, McFadden catch and shoot. Yes, sir! Thad McFadden, 3 for 4 from beyond the arc. Kovliar will try one from deep. And that one hits right off Shermandini on the rebound there. Shengelia is hounded out beyond the arc, and the foul is called. So Ukraine, obviously the game plan is trap and be physical with Shengelia. And Vojnalovic couldn't believe it. Georgia in the bonus. Vojnalovic with his second personal of the contest, and he'll check out. Shengelia having a word with the official. They've been playing him very physical so far. That's what you have to do with a guy of Shengelia's caliber. Was drafted by the Philadelphia 76ers in the NBA in 2012. Was a second-round pick, number 54 overall. One of only 2 other players who have also reached the 300-point mark, like McFadden. And he missed the second free throw there. Now the big back in, and a 2-point conversion there for Ukraine. They trail by 8. Shengelia down the lane, drew the foul, and will put him at the line to shoot one more. The big man coming alive here in the second quarter. Nice Euro step, the flip, the finish, and a chance at a 3-point play. Yeah, when you're one-on-one against Shengelia, now you understand why they're throwing those double teams at him. If you get him one-on-one downhill, you're kind of dead in the water. Georgia, a 10-point lead. We've played through almost 6 minutes here of the second quarter. So that foul will go against Nowitzki. That'll be his second personal. Of course, Georgia is in the bonus for the final 4 minutes and 10 seconds. currently of this ball game. Shengelia misses out on that chance for a three-point play. Kovliar from the top. He is the leading scorer for Ukraine. Now on the right side, Lipovi. Baseline take, Bobrov underneath and is fouled. Might have fooled the great Shermandini on that one. Went up there and underneath. Shengelia and Shermandini were there to contest. Bobrov draws the foul, and Shermandini is the one who gets the foul called on him, his second. So from here on out as well, Ukraine is also in the bonus and only trailing by 9. Bobrov has produced pretty much in every major cycle for this Ukraine team, from World Cup to Olympic qualifiers, 8.1 points and 4.3 rebounds, while averaging almost 2 assists per game as well. So he makes the pair of free throws there. Ukraine trailing by 8. Shengelia misses the midi. Kovliar underneath, scoop and score. Ukraine trailing by 6 with 3.5 to play here in the second. And the crowd for Georgia kind of has gone a little more quiet here. Underneath, Shermandini met with bodies, and that time it was successful. Kovliar kicks it out to the right side. Now back up top, they'll line it up. And our 2 for 13 from beyond the arc in this ball game. From long distance. 15%. McFadden won himself. Oh yeah! Thad McFadden, the sniper! He's got 14 points in this ball game. They'll try the entry pass, and they miss their big man, Pustovi. McFadden, left side. Now back up top, they'll slow it down. From the right, Shengelia will step back and immediately started crashing the board. He knew he missed it. Both teams still in the bonus for the final 2 minutes. Down the lane, Kovliar with a 2. Seven-point lead for Georgia, who has the rock. Shengelia, left side, went up with the right hand and drew the contact. So obviously a little frustrated with himself here. Shengelia currently 1 for 6 from 2-point range in this one, 1 for 8 in the ball game. But he's 3 for 5 from the line and a chance to shoot 2 more. Makes the first one. Thought he missed that one as well, but Shengelia puts those through. He's been a multiple all-star starting 5 selection here in Europe multiple times. Of course, we've seen him play in some of the most elite squads in Europe as well. And he'll check out with the final minute and 40 seconds to go here in the second quarter. Now it's Ukraine's time to strike, trailing by 9. Kovliar. They pass to the corner. It's Tkachenko, cashes in from deep. So Tkachenko has 5 points. Other side, they'll bury it from distance. Andronikashvili hitting that one. Kogliar has been so nice down the lane. He is slicing and dicing when he gets downhill. Ukraine trailing by 7. And Andronikashvili, with under a minute to play, will try running it down for himself. Shermandini almost lost it. Out to McFadden, who spins out of traffic. He'll put up a 3. And fighting for the rebound down low was Berjanadze. Bobrov trying to back in on McFadden. Bobrov with the right hand, goes up, bank shot no good, gets his own rebound and puts it in. With almost 20 seconds left to go here in the second quarter. Nice play there by Bobrov. The first one was off, second one was good. He leads the team in rebounds with 6, and he's got the second most points on this team with 7. Georgia calls a timeout, so we'll listen in to this final huddle of this second quarter.
Everybody involved. Okay, you made the 3, pass the ball. And we cannot set these screens, they go under. We have to come from here. When we follow the rules, everything is working. 10. With the ball. To the here. Here. All right. Okay, attack. So it's like the Riley. Good job.
The help side defense was not good enough to stop Bobrov there. And the starting small forward for Ukraine is on a roll so far. 7 points, 6 rebounds, 2 assists to 2 personal fouls. So far, Bobrov with one of the only positive plus minuses on his squad for Ukraine. He has the highest plus minus, actually. He's at +6 right now, so they're a lot better with him on the floor, very obviously. And his efficiency is at 7 right now. See Bobrov here. The help side from Andronikashvili, not good enough as he powered his way into McFadden. And they'll see where they called the timeout here after that shot. Should be under 20 seconds though, as we're looking at the replay here. So Bobrov missed that shot. Maybe they're saying it was a foul, or he was fouled on the floor though before he put up that second shot. Lots of theories here. So our officials will make a call. As it stands right now, Georgia by 5. And we will resume play with 18 seconds to go here. McFadden, who's been the hot hand. Shot clock is off, game clock at 8. On the step through, that one off to the left side of the cup. And the final shot there taken by Terziladze is off the mark. So through the half, Georgia only a 5-point lead. And we were saying before the game how 80% of the fans who voted on this game thought that Georgia was going to walk away with a win. Well, Ukraine has been playing their defense to a T. Look at the 2-point percentage by Georgia. Nobody thought that would happen. 33%, 7 for 21. And on the other side, Ukraine is playing inside out, shooting 50% from twos. Ukraine's also been doing a better job of sharing the rock as well. 9 assists compared to Georgia's 5. Both teams with 20 rebounds. And you take a look at our top scorers here in the ball game. It's McFadden with 14. He's buried quite a few threes so far. He's 4 for 6 from beyond the arc, and he leads all scorers, and he's tied with Alexander Kovliar as we check out our best plays from the second quarter. So Shengelia, who had been hampered all game by traffic, gave that one off to Corsantia for the bucket. Then on the other side, it was Vojnalovic for the points. Ukraine has been keeping it close, and their captain Kovliar has been completely exploiting whatever defense is being thrown at him by Georgia. Realizes he's faster than everyone and has been taking those lane runs home a couple of times. You see on back-to-back possessions there, he was able to get that one done. And then the 3-ball finally falls. Tiertishnik, or excuse me, that one didn't go in, but then it was the rebound by Vojnalovic to go through. And then it's the ball movement at the end here, finding the 36-year-old Shermadini, who has been with this team for over 10 years. Finding the big man underneath seems easy enough, but you know what that opens up? The 3-ball. And that is a thing of beauty. And sometimes you need a little shooter's touch on it. And that one gave Georgia fans something to cheer about. And then it was McFadden, who was just absolute money from beyond the arc, hunting his shot from deep. And if he can get that crossover back to his left hand, those threes are on the money. So through the first half, Georgia up 48-43, a 5-point lead for the home team here in Tbilisi Arena. Halftime coming up in a moment, and we'll step aside and see you on the other side.
Let's get this body started. Oh my goodness sakes, that's a throwdown.
Goes in for the dunk.
Good night. Too big, too strong, and just too good.
Bogdanovic, who goes in and scores. Ah!
This is what it's all about.
It's all one big basketball family, folks. Winning time. Both teams over the limit. You have got to be kidding me! Oh my! Rodney Hollis Jefferson. Just guarded by Brooks. He spins. He gets away from him. Look at that finish. Just enough English to put it up and in. So Peter Philfan in the house. Alexander Walker goes in for the rim rocker.
Again, no rim protection, no size. This is a small ball game.
Parks kicks it, extra pass, Zegars. Oh, Latvia basketball.
You said it, Latvia basketball, Zacharias. He was open for the 3. What great ball movement and passing. Look at this.
Bruner goes downhill, gets it to the corner. Franz Wagner gets in. A little bit of elevation.
Bogdanovic, turnaround, quick shot, takes it. Bogdanovic, Toika. Well, coach, get Maybe Troika time. He's made the three-pointer.
What a shot from Paco Cruz. He was literally out of bounds. Oh, Procito, what are you doing? And the alley-oop! And Banchero this time does not lay it up. He scores right at the end of the third quarter buzzer. Between the legs, alley-oop pass.
Yes, I love it, Jeff. Yes.
I'm sure you can have something better. Oh, a good miss. The USA got it. Bridges from the corner. You have got to be kidding me. Unbelievable. A play for the ages at the FIBA Basketball World Cup. Bridges does the unthinkable. Ties the game. 0.2 seconds left. I have never seen it.
Symbolic of the shooting we've seen from Venezuela this first half. From the three-point line, 12 of 25 in the three-pointer. Leg bomb, nothing but net.
How many times are we going to see this?
Baseline. Are you kidding me?
Papa Nicolau says, give it to me.
Chicago attacks the closeout. Beat Bruno inside.
Fills it up. It's all right.
Getting set for our second half of action here between Georgia and Ukraine. Georgia currently a 5-point lead at the half, 48-43. Georgia, the home team, playing here in Tbilisi Arena. Ukraine will check out their top scorer, and it was Alexander Kovliar. He had a little bit of a slow start, but then was able to get it going. And I mean, he's been taking as much time as he needs from the outside, and then he's so quick to turn on the jets, and that's what makes his two-pointers so hard to stop, is he's so much quicker than pretty much everyone on the floor, shooting perfectly from twos in this ball game. Had a little frustration early on actually shooting it from long distance, and then figured out, you know what, my game, let's go inside. He's got 14 points to go along with 2 rebounds and 3 assists. So the captain doing as much as he can to propel Ukraine to a victory in this one. And when every point, every play, every possession matters, the men who wear the captain hat on their squad are the ones that step up in the biggest times that they need it. Kovliar has been able to get it done. And now on the other side, this top scorer for Georgia, I mean, Thad McFadden has been letting it go in this one. 4 for 6 from three-point range in this one. And that's pretty much everything he's made. He's 4 for 7 on field goal attempts for 14 points in this ball game. So both of our leading scorers with 14 points in this one. But like I was saying earlier, McFadden has scored more points than any other player in the European qualifiers. Came into the ball game with 324, and he still has more points than everyone in the European qualifiers. He's now got 338 points scored. That's a lot of buckets. And I mean, just getting everything he wants. And it's always that crossover step to the left side, because he kind of shoots it falling away to the left. So we're getting set here for our second half of action. Georgia with that 5-point lead, and the mascot attacking Sherman Dini, who's obviously having his jersey retired. A very successful career for Giorgi Shermandini. He's played in Spain, Georgia, Greece, Israel, Italy, and Slovenia all over the place. Shermandini, a 4-time Basketball Champions League All-Star selection and 2023 Intercontinental Cup champion. Congratulations to him on having his jersey retired. One of the best centers to walk through this Georgia team. There you see Thad McFadden on your screen, who leads the team with 14. By the way, Sanadze got going early there, and he kind of quieted down in that second quarter. Didn't really hear much of him, but to supplement for Sanadze, Shengelia was able to get his 7 points in the latter end of that second quarter. Didn't actually have a point through our first full quarter of action, which was interesting. You check out the numbers here for Thad McFadden in this contest. 14 points, he's 4 of 6, 67% from three-point range, and 4 of 7 in total from the field. So McFadden only attempted 1-2 so far in this ball game and made both the free throws that he took. And there's the captain, Oleksandr Kovliar, for Ukraine. So halftime winding down here. Ukraine led by Kovliar, and do not actually have another player in double figures yet. Vojnalovic is the closest with 7, tied along with Bobrov. By the way, Bobrov had a few really good takes to the bucket as well, and big body, so he's able to get his own rebounds when he's off the mark. But Kovliar, I mean, the most impressive thing about him is that he realized early that his 3-ball wasn't falling, took 4 threes, and then said, you know what, let me just get downhill because I can get around these bigs. And then went from 0 for 4 from 3 to a perfect 7 for 7, which by all calculations on every planet is 100%. So 100% from 2-point range. So I'm assuming he'll pretty much continue to do the same thing and get downhill as much as he can here in this second half. Ukraine, by the way, number 23 in the power rankings. They thought with Alex Len back in Europe, there was going to be hope for him to be back on the national team, but it didn't happen. But probably an even bigger blow for them was not having Isuf Sanin around, as he was on a tear, scoring 19+ points in 4 of his last 5 games with his team. So a lot of people were saying that this is more of a, oh, what could have been window for Ukraine, but I don't think that's the case. They're trailing only by 5 here to the 20th ranked team in the world in Georgia. And at the half, they had almost a perfect defense for Shengelia, who is, for all intents and purposes, Georgia's best player. And they held him in the first half to going 1 for 8 from the field. So we'll listen in. Halftime is over. We got 20 more minutes at the very least of playing time here from Tbilisi Arena in Georgia. The home team up 48-43 on the visiting Ukraine national team, the blue and yellow. Ukraine, a historic program anchored by standouts like Alexander Volkov and Vitaly Potapenko. Now here they are in this rendition as that one goes right through the hands of Pustovi. And now Georgia will get it back with a 5-point lead going right to left. And Dronikashvili from the top. Shengelia. Shermandini now guarded by Pustovi. Gives it off. Sanadze will try it from the outside and he'll hit. So he was hot early. Sanadze back on it again. He's got 16 points. Now the reverse and a perfect 8 for 8 from 2 from Kovliar. So picking up right where they left off. Ukraine now only trailing by 6. Here's Shermandini, the wraparound. Sanadze, this time off to the right side. Bobrov looking. Kovliar gets the screen. Now has a one-on-one with McFadden. Looking to go right. McFadden playing some emphatic defense. Pulls up and buries it. From the charity stripe. Kovliar in his bag has 18. Thad McFadden kept that one. Great defense up front there by Lipovi. Nobody there. And Andronikashvili with an easy bucket. Kovliar threw that one 100 miles an hour off the rim, fighting through that block, and he will go to the line and shoot 2. Was fouled by McFadden. Obviously McFadden laughing there, had his left arm tangled up. And Dronikashvili though, that easy bucket, no one on the help side over there on the left. Kovliar has been the one to keep this team afloat so far, and you can see these Ukraine fans and how much this means to them to watch their captain just completely go off here in the first game of the 2027 FIBA World Cup European qualifiers, and he puts in the pair. Kovliar, ladies and gentlemen, has 20 points here, and he's played just 20 minutes. That's called efficiency. McFadden left that one short off to the right side. Ukraine has numbers. It's a 3-on-1. Kovliar with the left hand, scoop and score. Ukraine trailing by 2. Kovliar with 22. And a foul out beyond the arc there. I believe Kovliar got tangled up with Shermandini. No. Yeah, that was Shermandini. So he got tangled up there on the outside. Georgia trying to extend their lead. Shermandini put it up and had his shot deterred by Pustovi. From underneath, the give off, the left-handed finish from Pustovi. Ukraine has tied this one up at 53 here. And Pustovi gets his first bucket of the game. Up front, a foul right up top. So Andronikashvili, looked like a miscommunication there between Shengelia and Andronikashvili, and Kovliar stepped in. So that foul goes against Andronikashvili. Kovliar, the fancy dribble down the left side, a 3 to take the lead. Shengelia backing in on Bobrov near the left block. Now flips it up and couldn't get that one to fall. Kovliar fouled way out beyond the arc by Sanadze. Smart play there by the captain of Ukraine. And that's for sure on the floor as he flung it up. I mean, he's thrown these lasers at the basket. Wouldn't be surprised if one of them were to fall in. Kovliar wrapping around to the right. Bobrov inside on Shengelia. Back out to the left, a wide open three. That one just toilet bowls out. That was a close one. McFadden to the left. Shermandini all the way outside. Shengelia will try it. Bank is not open right now. The drive inside to Bobrov. And a foul on the floor against Georgia. Again, this is going to be their 4th team foul. That one's going to go on Shermandini, his 3rd personal. As you saw Postovi backing in on him there. Kovliar. Now it's Lipovi, left corner. And that three is off the mark again. So we've been tied at 53 here. Now for almost a minute. Lid on the cup for both of these squads. McFadden has been money from beyond the arc so far in this one. Has a mismatch though with the big on him. And Dronikashvili. Shengelia gets it down to Shermandini. He had it blocked by Bobrov. Shermandini though puts it in. And gives Georgia the lead. Now the scoop and the putback from Postovi. We're tied up at 55. Shengelia backing in on Bobrov, spins baseline. Back outside, Shermandini. And Dronikashvili straight away. And that one will go against Shengelia as Bobrov came down with that rebound. So that'll be an over the back on Shengelia there. They'll get him on that one. So you can obviously see there Coach Djikic pleading his case. Ukraine is in the bonus though for the final 4:37 to go here in the 3rd quarter. Bobrov makes the pair. And he's now got 9 points in the contest. Novitsky gets credited with a rebound there. McFadden to the left side. Now wants a screen. Now coming up to get it is Berjanadze. Shengelia into the lane. Euro steps! That's his 2nd and 1 of the game. Couldn't have come at a more important time. A chance to put Georgia back on top as it's tied up at 57. 2nd time he's gone to that Euro step into the lane and from the left block. Didn't even use the backboard, flips it in. So Shengelia, who didn't have a point in that 1st quarter, now has 10 points, and Georgia retakes the lead. So Ukraine had their first lead there since the 1st quarter. Georgia takes it right back. Bobrov dribbling in on Shengelia in 23. Works him down to the restricted area with the left hand. That one's off the mark. Berjanadze gets the rebound. Shengelia runs the floor into the lane, triple teamed. They give it right back to him now. Spins inside on Bobrov. Right corner. Off the mark. Bobrov gets the tip for the rebound. He'll run it down on the right side. And there's the throwdown from Novitsky. Ukraine back to a 1-point lead. So these teams tit for tat. Ukraine fought back. They're still in the bonus for the final 3:15 here to go in the third quarter. And Dronikashvili with the behind the back pass to Shengelia. And now it looks like they'll clear out for him. Shengelia inside, drew the foul. That time on Novitsky. You see him just putting his right shoulder down there. Saw the matchup he wanted. And on the other side, you had Novitsky with the throwdown. So Shengelia was in the act of shooting, but misses that first free throw. 10 points for the 34-year-old and the captain for this Georgia squad. So he splits the pair. Free throw counts. We're tied up at 59 apiece. So obviously this game a lot closer than a lot of the fans thought it would be. Kovliar picks up his dribble. Now Lipovi back to Kovliar on the outside. Kovliar will try it. And he's been off the mark today on his threes. Now an opportunity from the outside. Lipovi. Ukraine by 3. So Ukraine has had a couple of leads here in this third quarter. McFadden, pump fakes, gets some room. McFadden missed that one. Kovliar looking to push. Now down the lane, blocking foul, it'll be an and one. Kovliar seeing Novitsky, who gets around McFadden, who gets called for the blocking foul. And now Ukraine has their biggest lead of the game. They lead by 5. Georgia needs a timeout. We'll listen in.
We will not run offense to Lipovi. Run offense to Kovliar, run offense to Tkachenko. And then Lipovi will help, and then you will attack the closeout. Do we understand that? Listen. Listen. Burjo. Screen. Duda. Come out. Pass. Huh? Say it again. Yes, that's you. And then you get a ball. You run the ball. Extend the screen. So, hey. So you want Ted here. So who's in the pick and roll? You. I don't have nothing. I go hang over. Listen. Coco comes. We roll. Pass the ball. Try to pass down. Nothing there. Attack them, guys.
Final 2:13 to play here in the third quarter. Between Georgia and Ukraine. And Ukraine extending their lead to their biggest of the evening, and that one will be off the mark for Novitsky. That would have been an and one. So Ukraine still their biggest lead of 5 points here. McFadden picked up his dribble at the logo up there. That was a little sketchy. Sanadze, who was hit early in this third quarter, Uh-oh, Shengelia into traffic, and they left him alone, and he gets another and one. The steam train won't be stopped. He turned around like, wait, I have to go only one-on-one against someone? Bet that up. And that's something Ukraine has done so well defensively, is just throwing different bodies at him in double teams, triple teams, keeping him away from the glass and making him throw up contested shots as much as they could. And now another opportunity. He's had 3 or 4 and ones today, but he misses that chance for a three-point play. Still has 13 points though in over 23 minutes now of play. Georgia trailing by 3. Kogliar, the captain, picks up his dribble. Right side now. Nowitzki is out, by the way. He's got 5 personals. That 2-pointer off the mark for Kogliar. McFadden now. Over to the left side. That one bounces around and out, and it'll go back the other direction. Berjanadze not happy about that call there. McFadden got to his left and just did not get the roll he wanted. Ukraine with a 3-point lead and the ball. Kogliar. Through the traffic. He is unstoppable when he gets downhill. And Dronikashvili looking for an open lane now. Up top is McFadden. 8 seconds to go on the shot clock. Shengelia sees 4, and he turns it over, threw it into traffic. Kogliar. Bounce pass to the right. So they'll slow it down. Ukraine with a 5-point lead. 8-second difference between the shot clock and the game clock. Kogliar was confident in that 3. 7 seconds to go. McFadden has been the hot hand. McFadden will try it. Other side, Sushkin. Last second heave. Not in time. Ukraine. A great third quarter for the visiting team. They lead by 5. Their biggest lead of the game. And in that quarter, they outscored Georgia 23 points to 13 as you take a look at our numbers here. And quite honestly, those 2 points have been killing Georgia. 11 for 30. Meanwhile, that's where Ukraine is living inside. I know we didn't really get that second graphic in, but Ukraine also doing a great job of rebounding in this one as well. 33 rebounds so far through 3 quarters, and we'll check out our best plays from that third quarter. So, like it had been pretty much in the first and second quarters, Sinadze was the one for Georgia that got us started. And then Kogliar, I mean, his crafty dribbling, his speed, his acceleration, and his change of pace has been so perfect. Here he is again. Kogliar just can get by everyone whenever he wants to. And now underneath, Tkachenko gave that one off to the big man who finally got his first 2 points of the evening. Pustovi on the board, and then the big man, Shermandini. Those are our best plays of the third quarter. Ukraine up 66-61 here. Hey, download the Courtside 1891 app. We got streams, we have schedules, and we have scores if you scan that QR code. Ukraine, again, still their biggest lead of the ball game, 5 points. Georgia led the entirety of the second quarter and even into halfway into the third quarter before Ukraine took the lead. Georgia's biggest lead was 10 points in this one. We've had 5 lead changes so far. And Khaktiashvili triggers, and we are 10 minutes away from deciding a winner here in the first game of Group A play here in the European qualifiers for the FIBA World Cup in 2027. Our first shot is off the mark for Georgia. And now Ukraine going to work with Kovliar up top, guarded well out beyond the arc by Andronikashvili. So he'll try to shake him. Now Kovliar dribbling around the traffic into the left corner, a pump fake, a foul on the floor. That one's going to go against Berzhanadze. Berzhanadze picks up his first personal against Artem Kovalov. So here's Kovalov, and nice handsy defense. And Andronikashvili on the far side stuck out his right hand. Unfortunately, he hit it a little too hard and out of bounds. But still does take some time off the shot clock, which is now at 9 seconds for Ukraine. Kovliar will start us off from the far side. We're assuming he'll get it in and then get it right back. Clearly the play was drawn up for him. Now he gets around the defender on the outside, through the lane, fouled on the floor. Second foul against Georgia here in the opening minute of the fourth quarter. That one's gonna go against George Corsantia. And so that shot clock reset to 14 seconds because of the foul. And now here's a lane dribble drive, the right hand off the mark for Georgia. Georgia's got to get going here if they want a chance. Points matter, especially because results carry over from the first to the second round. There's a long one! Sanadze hit that from a mile away. 19 points for the 33-year-old. Wraparound, near side, Sushkin. Fouled on the shot. And will go and shoot 2. And Khaktiashvili, the 17-year-old point guard, picks that one up. Khaktiashvili, his second personal of this game. One of Georgia's top rising prospects with youth level star production. But the seniors know when to go right at you. So here's Sushkin, who misses the first one, but he's a rising Ukrainian guard in his own right. He's gained some early season exposure in World Cup pre-qualifiers, but was a prolific youth scorer. He's also the only teenager on this squad as he splits the free throws. He averaged 13 to 15 points per game in 3 straight Division B tournaments. And had a strong 2025 U20 Eurobasket campaign, 13.5 points for Sushkin. Now here's McFadden from the left side, steps back. Here's Corsantia. Off the mark, shot clock will reset. Kovliar was able to grab the rebound. Now he dribbles through the traffic, gives it off to his man. And the putback by Bobrov. So Vojnalovic to Bobrov. Ukraine back up by 5. Khaktiashvili. Now Sanadze. Sanadze gets the switch. Sanadze slices, misses it. Khatiashvili now back outside, and a shot clock violation. So these Georgia fans yearning for something to cheer about, but Ukraine has a stronghold on them right now. By the way, Georgia has 3 team fouls already. Ukraine does not have any. We're through 2.5 minutes of play here in the 4th quarter. As Shermandini will find his way back in. And you can see the shot clock was clearly off there as Berjanadze let that one go. Bobrov was not looking for the rock on that pass from Kovliar. And now McFadden on the other side. Gets it inside. The spin. The foul. And Kersantia was fouled by Sushkin. And Sushkin was maybe playing a little more rugby there. Hard foul. Still legal. Sushkin picks up his first personal. So Corsantia, who's played across France, Germany, and North Macedonia, at 27 years old, has had limited senior team usage so far. Only averaged 3.3 points per game and 1.5 rebounds per game across early Eurobasket and Olympic qualifying windows. But he's got a great, strong youth resume, 8.3 points and 7.5 rebounds, and a major impact at the club level, where he's averaging 17.4 points per game, 10.4 rebounds per game, and a 23 efficiency in the 2025 FIBA Europe Cup with Kataisi. Currently playing in Spain right now. Sushkin, the give off to Tkachenko. Sushkin looking right, lost it. Georgia to Shermandini, McFadden, bingo! McFadden hits the 3. He's 5 for 9 from beyond the arc. And has 17 points in the ball game. Sushkin underneath, and that one will go off the left shoe of Sanadze. So this fast break here, Shermandini, a wide open McFadden, and you gotta love that shot when it falls. Inside, the finish by Lipovi. Lipovi's got 8 points. Ukraine back up by 3, McFadden. And Dronikashvili, cross court. Kersantia almost lost it. And that might have deterred his shot. Kovliar turns on the Jets and goes full steam ahead and was fouled. Or make that, no, it was a block. And you can hear, you can see Sanadze having some words with Kovliar. And it did look like a foul. Yes, it was a foul. Sanadze. So Kovliar picks up the foul from Sanadze, extends the lead back to 4. By the way, he's got 26 points now. Kovliar, the captain, at just 23 years of age for Ukraine. Lead back to 5. Shermandini. McFadden down the lane. They give it right back to him in the right corner. He's got 4 seconds to shoot it. Will huck up a 3. Shermandini was not able to get there. Down low, the lefty finish. Pustovi. Ukraine up by 7. This is their biggest lead of the game. And we're halfway through the 4th quarter now. Shengelia, haven't called his name in a while. Battling inside, up with the right hand and banks it home. Shengelia with 15. Hey, the captain has arrived. Kovliar hits his first 3 of the ball game. He's got 29 points in the contest. And Dronikashvili, Euro steps, missed it long with the left hand. Kovliar out in front of the rest. Speedy Gonzalez missed it. Shengelia. Fouled on the floor is what they'll say on the near side. So Kovliar came over to help get his defense set. Shengelia and Coach Cikic want them to take a look at this to see if it is indeed a shooting foul. They did call it on the floor. So now a timeout used here by Georgia, who's trailing by 8. This is the biggest lead of the game for Ukraine. So Georgia is desperately needed to use this timeout. They got to stop any possible run. By the way, Ukraine is in the bonus for the final 4 minutes and 14 seconds of this ball game. You take a look at the numbers here. Ukraine with 4 more steals, or 4 more assists, excuse me, 2 less steals, but 8 more rebounds. And they're not the biggest team either. You know, you would think a team with Shermandini and a team with Shengelia right there on your screen, you would think a team like this would be a better rebounding team, but Ukraine has been using their physicality to their advantage, and that's been their game plan. Keep Shengelia away and uncomfortable from the bucket as much as you possibly can. We're gonna throw doubles and triples at him. Make him pass the ball or take extremely contested shots, because we know he is the engine of this Georgia team. McFadden, though, has been hitting today so far. 17 points, 2 behind the leader in Sanadze. Shermandini wrapped up down low. Lipovi gets called for the personal. That's his 2nd of the game. So you can see on the entry pass there, Lipovi had his arm hooked inside Shermandini's. McFadden almost slid there on the left side, and we'll slow it down from the outside now. 7 seconds for Georgia to get a shot off. Shengelia down the lane on Bobrov, left it short. .346 to go. Up top. Now inside, the spin move and the finish. Pustovi with the bucket. Ukraine, first time leading by double digits in this ball game. And they have completely quieted this crowd in Tbilisi Arena. And these teams are throwing haymakers at each other. Obviously very physical. And Andronikashvili colliding with Lipovi. Here comes Kovliar from the outside. Left corner. Pastovi underneath will get a foul against Shermadini. And now Pastovi will go to the line and will shoot 2 as Ukraine is in the bonus. 3:09 to go here in the fourth. Shermadini picks up his 4th personal. Pastovi misses that free throw. Pastovi has 8 points currently in the ball game, make it 9. So he splits the free throws there. Those were his first 2 free throws of the ball game. Sinadze and Andronikashvili. Shengelia from the right side. They cleared out for him. Up with the right hand. That's good. Georgia back within 9. Kovliar trying to dance around Andronikashvili. Back up top. A 3 on the way. Just misses it. It ran all the way around the rim and out. And that was a tough one. So close to going in. Take a look at the replay here. That one just barely off the mark. Lipovi wanted that one to fall, gave a little smile on the near side. Here's Lipovi. Got some room and a good seal by the big man Pastovi making that happen. McFadden, wide open lane. Looked like they were giving up a 2, but a block down low. Tachenko clanked it off the glass. So now Ukraine knows where they are. They're up by 11, their biggest lead of the game. Under 2 to play here in the 4th quarter. Kovliar turns on the Jets. Left corner, now left wing 3. And an over the back on Shermadini. Just couldn't get around Pastovi. Lipovi putting his arms up like, can I get a little help from the basketball gods? I need a 3. Great job by Shermadini, though, in this contest. He'll check out. 7 points, 6 rebounds, 3 assists for the 36-year-old who just had his jersey retired today. That went off the mark, and Pastovi can't believe it. 1:46 to go here. 1 for 3 from the charity stripe, now 2 for 4. Pretty historical 50% shooter as well, so the law of averages always catches up. And Andronikashvili, a quick catch and shoot from the outside. Hey, that one will go in. Sinadze for 3. Georgia trailing by 9, 1:30 to go, and Sinadze's got 22 in the ball game. Kovliar guarded well out beyond the arc by McFadden on the right side. He's got 7 seconds to shoot it, and they hedged out top. Now in the left corner, boom! Ivan Tachenko for 3. That could be the icing on the cake in this one. As Ukraine leads by 12, they get a steal, and they can slow this one down there. Tachenko hits that shot from the left corner, and that could do it here. As they could just take this clock down as much as possible. There it is. It finally goes in for Lipovi. From the right side, Shengelia missed it short. And Kovliar pushing ahead of the rest. Fouled. A chance at a 30-point game for Alexander Kovliar, excuse me. What a game by the captain for Ukraine. Berjanadze gets hit with an unsportsmanlike foul. They were already in the bonus, so 2 free throws are already coming anyways. And Kovliar has 30 points in the ball game. Now for the 23-year-old. So the explosive Ukrainian guard, who clearly the program's breakout senior team performer, he's averaging 15.5 points, 5.7 assists across recent Eurobasket and World Cup qualifying windows. Clearly that's going up after this game here. Ukraine with their biggest lead of the ball game right now. It's 17 as that 3 is off the mark. Khatiashvili right by half court, and he's hounded by Tkachenko on the outside. So time expiring here. Georgia and Dronikashvili fell on top of it. They do got to get a shot off here and try to make a bucket. Points matter in every single game. That one off to the mark, and somehow Dronikashvili made it from deep. A little bit of magic for Georgia at the end of this ball game. How did he make that? Got bumped off balance and somehow drills it. Like I was just saying, every point matters as results carry over from the first round to the second round if you do qualify. And so these last second buckets are what it could all come down to. Our officials are going to go to the monitor to see, A, if there was time left on the clock, right? We have 0.2 seconds left here in the fourth quarter. And B, they're also going to check out where his feet were when he put the shot up. So you can see here, Berjanadze was a little hounded, and then his feet were behind the line there, and Dronikashvili puts up an off-balance shot, hucked it up, and it just hits the backside of the rim and drops in. That's crazy. What a shot by the 24-year-old. Kids, do not try that at home. You will probably not make it. So an official review here at the end of this ball game. A ball game that Georgia had pretty much led up until halfway through that third quarter. Take another look at it here to see if there was time left on the clock. Looks like there was about 0.9 left on the clock right as he released it. So there was time left. We already established that his right foot was behind the line when he put that shot up. And ladies and gentlemen, that's why you wear white shoes, because what color is that three-point line? So, time for a 4-point play opportunity I don't think we've seen one of these yet tonight. So something new here with 0.4 seconds left to go. Andronikashvili, who graduated from Creighton University in the United States in 2023, played in Spain, Georgia, Greece, Latvia, and the USA, makes that one, but a little too little, a little too late. You can see the frustration on his face after that one. Bobrov and Berzhanadze shaking hands at midcourt there. And what a big statement win by Ukraine. 80% of the fan vote on FIBA's website before this game favored Georgia, the home team, in this one. Ukraine without Alex Len and without Isuf Sanin, their two best players, able to get a dub against Georgia shorthanded. An incredible feat from a Ukraine team that came in with a great game plan and stuck to it as we check out our final numbers in this one. And that's where they made things such a problem, is in that 2-point range. 13 for 39 is what Georgia shot in this contest. Ukraine, on the other side, was playing an inside-out game the entire time. They out-rebounded Georgia by 12. They out-assisted Georgia by 5. And they did have one less turnover as well. But also a big congratulations at the end of this to Shermadini, who did have his jersey retired. Always great to see him ball out. And our top scorers from this one. Kogliar, the captain for Ukraine, goes off with 31. Sanadze hit fire in each of those quarters right at the beginning, had 22 points in this one. And Georgia has 3 players score in double figures. For Ukraine, 4 out of their 5 starters scored in double figures, obviously led by Kogliar, the 23-year-old, who is going to be a name we talk about here in FIBA for a very, very, very long time as we take a look at the best plays of that fourth quarter. So it was time for Georgia to get back in this ball game as best they could, and they leaned on their leading scorer, Sanadze, who pretty much each quarter came out swinging and was able to get those to fall. But then it was Kogliar making plays for his teammates. Bobrov cleaning that one up there. Shermadini to McFadden, who drilled a couple of threes in this one, and by a couple, I mean, he hit 5 out of 10 of the ones he took. And then Lipovi, towards the end, started his run. But it was Kogliar pretty much getting everyone involved, and it took him till the fourth quarter. But ladies and gentlemen, he finally made that long-awaited 3 that he had been searching for. Kogliar had been 0 for 6 up until that point. And then underneath, Pustovi waited till the fourth quarter also to get his first bucket of the game. Shengelia is very tough to stop, but Lipovi in that fourth quarter also came up with a few points as well. And then finally, Lipovi had taken a couple of them, and he was pointing up to the roof like, give me some help, I need to make a 3. It finally went in for the 34-year-old. At the end of the game, Berzhanadze missed that one. We had the most miraculous shot hit here at the end of regulation. But the final shot went in, and the chance at the 3-point play for Andronikashvili. So you take a look at Group A. This was the first game of Group A. Of course, we have Denmark and Spain in moments coming up. Spain obviously picked to win Group A. But this Ukraine team, I mean, if they could get Alex Len and Isuf Sanin back, they're going to be pretty good. But Georgia and Ukraine at the top right now, having played that one game. But Ukraine with the win gets 2 points. Remember, results carry over here in the World Cup from the first round to the second round. And Shermadini thanking the fans here in Tbilisi because his jersey was retired today. So Group A and the standings as of right now, as Ukraine takes down Georgia in Georgia. An incredible feat for the blue and yellow. So that will do it for us. So long from Tbilisi Arena, where the visiting team, Ukraine, comes in and meets the number 20 team in the world in Georgia. 92-79. Lots of other great games in all of the other groups for the European qualifiers in hopes of making it to the 2027 FIBA World Cup in Doha. But this one was a fun one. Thanks so much for tuning in, and good night from Tbilisi.